What if I told you that you can be registered as a nurse in Australia within 1 to 6 months, and you would not have to write any exam if you are from an eligible country? Well, today's video is going to be all about this information, where I will tell you everything you need to know about this pathways that has been introduced by the Australian government. So stay tuned and watch till the end. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mercy. If you are just seeing my face for the first time, and on this channel I talk about everything you need to know about migration abroad. I talk about nursing because I'm a nurse, and I do lifestyle content of those countries that you would be migrating to, because of course you want to know how it is like living in those countries. If this is something that tickles your fancy, please do smash on the subscribe button, like the content on the channel, especially this one that you're watching right now. Do give it a thumbs up, share it to friends and family members, and turn on your post notification bell, because that way when I put out a new content, you'll be the first person to be notified. And let's delve right into the video. So sometime last year, September of last year, the Australian government decided to introduce 2 new pathways for nurses to be able to register in Australia. And the reason why they did this is to be able to cover up the shortage. Now, every country is experiencing shortage of their healthcare practitioners, and Australia is not any different. People who usually register with the Board of Nursing in Australia know that there is like a rigorous process. The previous registration process was taking about 9 to 12 months, but this process that has been introduced now will take about 1 to 6 months, and you would be registered with the Board of Nursing in Australia. Now, they introduced 2 pathways, which we will be looking at in today's video. The previous pathway is still there. Okay, so it's not been taken away, it's still there. You will still have to do your NCLEX and do all the other registrations that are necessary. You will still have to register with AHPRA, but now they have said for some people from some eligible countries, they have termed it an NBA, so that's the Nursing and Midwifery Board of Australia approved comparable jurisdiction. English is hard, but that's what they have termed it as. And there are 6 countries that are eligible. One, you have got the UK, so you've got the United Kingdom, you've got Ireland, you've got the United States, you've got Canada, but not all of the provinces. So you've got the provinces of British Columbia, and you've got Ontario province as well. And you've got Singapore, and you have got Spain. Now, these 6 countries are the countries that are eligible to go through this pathways that we will be looking at in today's video. If you are not from these eligible countries, you would still be able to register with the Board of Nursing in Australia, but you'd have to go through the old process. The reason why this was introduced is to cut down on the costs that people would have to spend to, register with the Australian Board of Nursing, reduce the shortage as well, the travel time, every of the expenses that you have to cover would be reduced as well. I think that's a plus for nurses who are interested. And like I said, this would take you 1 to 6 months and no longer 9 to 12 months. So let's look into this in details. So we're going to be having a look through my screen, or go to the AHPRA's website to show you the details. There is a PDF that has the advanced copy, and mind you, this is going to be introduced in April, so it's very soon. It has not been introduced yet. It is very soon, and we will be having a look together. As an incentive for all of you watching today's video and watching the video till the end as well, do comment PDF in the comment section and I'll personally send it to you. So as you can see on here, they have told us that it is the registration standard, and this would be effective from April 2025. Now, this is a general registration for internationally qualified registered nurses. The summary is on here, and it will consider individual circumstances of internationally qualified registered nurses when deciding an application for registration. Now, although this pathway has been introduced, these two different pathways have been added, it does not apply to everybody. There are some people who are exempted from this, and they have said that this pathway does not apply to internationally qualified registered nurses who have a sole qualification in mental health nursing, pediatric nursing, or disability nursing. So if you're a mental health nurse, pediatric nurse, or a learning disability nurse, this does not apply to you, unfortunately. And they have also said that the requirements are below. We will have a look together. Like I said, you've got pathway 1 and pathway 2. Now, pathway 1, it is for internationally qualified registered nurses who are applying under pathway 1. They would have to demonstrate and provide evidence of the following. First, your qualification requirements under the so-and-so national law. You must have a relevant qualification obtained in an NBA, which is the Nursing and Midwifery Board of Australia approved comparable jurisdiction that led to general registration as a registered nurse in that country. Now, remember when I said the US, the UK, you've got Singapore, you've got Spain, you've got Ireland, and you've got Canada. These are the countries that have been talked about. And so if you schooled in that country and you obtained your license in that country, then pathway 1 is for you. So not everybody would be on the pathway 1 or pathway 2 category, but I would encourage you to stay till the end, watch every bit of today's video, because if you do not qualify for pathway 1, you just might qualify for pathway 2. So ensure that you watch every bit of today's video. And even if you do not qualify for either of the pathways, the old pathway is still there and you can still follow the process. I've done a detailed video about the previous pathway. I will leave the link in the comment section as well as the description box, just in case you need it. Because they have said that your relevant qualification obtained from that country, that is one thing that you have ticked off your box. And then it says that if you completed assessments by way of a minimum of 1,800 hours that you have practiced as a registered nurse in any of those countries since the 1st of January 2017. They did not go all the way back to 1990 something. They have said since January 2017. And you have a statement from each of the employer where all or part of the minimum of the 1,800 hours of practice has been completed to confirm that they are satisfied with your registration there, and you have the necessary knowledge, the skills, the ability to practice at the standard expected of a registered nurse by the regulatory body of your country. Qualification, like I said, you schooled in that country and you have a minimum of 1,800 hours of practice. That is one of the qualifications or one of the requirements that you need to meet. Now, other requirements that you need to have: current or previous general registration as a registered nurse in any of those countries. You need to have a certificate of good standing that has been issued by the regulatory authority of either of those countries in which you completed your 1,800 hours of practice. And you need to have your criminal history, just like your police clearance. You need to have continued professional development, English language skills. Not everybody would need to write an English language exam. So I did a video recently, my last video actually was about the latest updates that AHPRA did regarding English. So do have a look into that. I'll link it as well for you to have good access to it easily. If you are interested, do comment and I'll leave the comment in the comment section for you. But then they have also talked about English language skills, recency of practice. So you need to have like recent practice, recent, work experience, and professional indemnity insurance arrangements. So that's pathway 1. Pathway 1 basically is if you schooled in any of those countries, you meet the minimum of 1,800 practice hours, you have this other requirement, go straight and register. That's it. You don't need to do NCLEX, you don't need to do any other exams, you don't need to do anything else that would delay your process any further. So do go straight to AHPRA and register. Now with pathway 2, This is a little bit different, not that different, but a little bit different. They have said that people under the pathway 2, for the qualification requirement, you need to have a relevant qualification that has not been obtained in any of those countries since the 1st of January 2017. And you have a successful completion of a regulatory examination process for internationally qualified registered nurses in any of those countries. So take, for example, myself, who I am a Nigerian. I got my license in Nigeria originally, but then I moved to the UK and I did my OSCE, I did my CBT. I am licensed as a UK registered nurse. I fall under pathway 2. So because my qualification was not here in the UK, but I am licensed here in the UK and I did all of the necessary exams I have to do to be registered here. That's why I fall under the pathway 2. So you can see the difference. The pathway 1, you're schooled in either of those countries. So let's use UK for an example. You're schooled in the UK and you're practicing in the UK. You have your minimum of 1,800 practice hours, and the other requirements go straight to register pathway 1. Pathway 2, for people who originally your qualification was not from the UK, but you are an internationally registered nurse here in the UK with your license with NMC UK, you fall under pathway 2. And then the other requirements that you have to meet, you have your competency requirements as well, which it's a successful completion of the regulatory examination process for internationally qualified registered nurses in either of those approved countries. And the other ones, you would need to have current and previous general registration as a registered nurse in any of those countries. Since the 1st of 2017, you need to have practice as a registered nurse for a minimum of 1,800 hours in any of those countries since January the 1st of 2017. And you meet the other requirements of criminal history, so police clearance, continued professional development, English language skills, recency of practice, and professional indemnity insurance arrangements. So you have all of these things that have been listed out here for you. If you are an internationally qualified nurse in the UK, the US, Canada, provinces of the British Columbia and Ontario, you're from Singapore or Spain and Ireland as well, and you feel like, okay, first off, although you are not qualified, like you did not get your bachelor's or your degree from either of those countries, but you are licensed to practice in those countries, then you are also eligible, because you can just go on and register at AHPRA and get your license as an Australian registered nurse and start looking for jobs. I know quite a number of people would say, oh, this whole process, it is no longer tedious, my dear. You don't have to go to New Zealand anymore. So the reason why they did not include New Zealand in this process is because they have like a treaty with New Zealand already. So there is no need for them to add them to this pathway anymore, because there is already a pathway for people from New Zealand. And that's why people were going to New Zealand initially to get registered with the board in New Zealand, and then you transfer your license to Australia. But today, Australia have added these 2 new pathways, which I feel like is really good. And if you ask me, I would say this is the best time for you to register as a nurse in Australia if you are interested. So do give this a go. The process is no longer as expensive. You don't have to do the OSCE exam, the NCLEX exam, travel down. It's expensive, honestly. So I would say go through this process, go through this route. If these ones are not favorable for you in the meantime, do look at the previous process. It is still there. It is still in use. It is not taken out yet. Summary of everything we've just talked about in today's video is Australia has added 2 new pathways for registration to their board of nursing. So if you're a nurse, this is something that you would find very, very valuable. And this is taking effect from April 2025. That's when it's going to take effect. You do not need to write the NCLEX exam anymore if you are from any of the eligible countries. And there are 6 of those countries. You've got the UK, you've got the US, you've got Canada, Dubai, you've got Singapore, you've got Spain, and you've got Ireland. These are the countries that, even though you are not from those countries originally, but you are licensed and you are practicing in those countries and you meet a minimum of 1,800 practice hours, then you are eligible for this process. And it is not expensive. You will not spend a lot of money. It saves you cost. It saves you traveling down. And the process takes about 1 to 6 months before you are registered with the Board of Nursing in Australia. So do give this a go. I'm excited about this. I am very excited. Not just excited, I'm very excited about this process, and I've decided to bring it your way because I know quite a number of nurses do watch my videos and they would find this very helpful. If you are not a nurse, but you know a nurse and you have a nurse friend, do pass this video across to them because I know they themselves, they would find this video very helpful. Please do subscribe to the channel because that way you are supporting me and you are giving me the motivation to keep on bringing amazing content your way. Do like the content, and I'm sure you've given this one a thumbs up already. Turn on your post notification bell, and that way you would be informed when I put out a new content. Until the next time, keep on being amazing. And if you have any information or any questions that you have, do leave it in the comment section. If you want me to do any other video specifically, do ask in the comment section, and I'm very happy to do that for you. Have a blessed day.